nav bar.
Oh,
Like the like the nav bar to be positioned in like, so say I set 3 rows and I've got 3 columns, so a column in each row. Say I want to put the specific nav bar in the very top right row column, but I can't really move it anywhere. I try to work with like the padding and the margins, but it doesn't really do what it is I'm trying to do. So I don't know if you could emulate that or not. Just moving it around.
oh yeah, so like moving stuff around. Okay. Yeah, let's see. So first I'm gonna do like an emit here. And then usually I have a couple rules when I do like CSS, which I've learned to like always kind of do. So star, I'll always set the padding to 0 and the margin to 0, just so like everything's like controllable in a sense. And then the box sizing, I always set to border box. I think it automatically sets a content box, which kind of so it affects like the children and the parent component kind of weirdly. But yeah, so I do this, and then I usually do, so the HTML, I set the font size to 62.5%. I do this so that later on I can make things more responsive this way. 62.5% is like 10 pixels. Usually, so it so when I change sizes, I could use rem instead, if that makes sense. So everything is in tens. Often, so the font size is usually starts off at 16 pixels. So this kind of makes it easier to work with that way. So let's see. So let's do a div class equals container first. Or actually, yeah, let's try and do a nav bar. So I believe a nav bar will be in header. One sec. So it's gonna be a UL, right? A bunch of list items.
Stanley, to make sure that my thinking process is right, CSS elements and Bootstrap elements don't always, I guess, interact the same way. So if I wanted to manipulate one or move one with Bootstrap, that doesn't always correlate to how you would in CSS. Is that right?
Yeah, there could be conflicts because they have their own kind of grid made up. So if you're working with pure CSS, it's there could be conflicts in how it like works, I guess. Let's see. So if we're gonna make this from scratch, let's say home page. See if that shows up. Item 1. Oops. Why is it not showing up? Interesting.
Is your
Oh, okay. Yeah, it started to show up. Maybe if I another one. Okay. So I have this unordered list here. So I kind of want to make it so it's like sticky at the top, and then have it like separate with some space between, I guess. Let's see. I believe Code Platoon has a really nice nav bar. Last time I checked, yeah. So it like has this like sticky function, and it kind of like has this cool animation where like where it turns like white, I guess. So here I have a couple items. So first let's give this a class header, and then I'm going to play around with the header class here, right? Oh, first I have to link my CSS. Link styles.css. Was it right? Once. Oh, it's rel. Sure. Okay. So everything looks super small now because the CSS kind of kicked in. But here I can do font size. Let's do 1.8 rem. So it's like this now, and then so if I do display flex here, it should turn everything horizontal. Oh, sorry. No. Okay, because it's in the nav. Nav component, so it should be equals so if I give this a class, right? Let's delete this. And then do display flex here. See what that does. Okay, cool. So we kind of turned everything horizontal here. And then now I want to have these bullet points go away. So that would be list style none, I believe. Okay, cool. So the bullet points went away. Now I kind of want to have the home link on the left and then these items on the right, I guess, to kind of separate. Kind of have it like separated. So then let's see. How would I do this?
Stanley, maybe my brain's
Mhm.
stuck in bootstrap mode, but
Yeah.
I'm not seeing like any rows or columns or anything. Do you need to sit that in a row or a container or something along those lines in order to do what it is we're trying to do?
Oh yeah. So Bootstrap, do they use like grids? Are you like grids?
I think so.
Oh, I was going to just demo like the whole like how to do with the CSS kind of thing.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah,
that kind that,
grids. I
I was gonna say
believe,
that kind of clears it up then.
yeah, because then I believe like a nav bar usually doesn't use a grid, but it uses a flexbox for sure.
Yeah, they use Flex on the nav bars in Bootstrap.
It was they put their nav class in a container, or inside the class there was a container.
Oh, inside. Okay.
But that's with Bootstrap though, yeah. And I think you're trying to replicate that without Bootstrap here, right?
Yeah, kind of. And then we can look at Bootstrap as well if you'd like, but I believe they have like the whole thing already made out for you the last time I used it. Yeah. But let's try to do this without it so you can kind of see how like a little bit of how they kind of the idea behind it is. And then because then I think it's really useful to kind of know why it works that way. Because then at the end of the day, Bootstrap is just pure CSS as well with a little bit of JavaScript, I believe. But let's see. Now I want to kind of break these apart. How do I do? Sorry, I'm blanking. Okay, justify content. Yeah, CD. So let's justify the content. Base around. So it kind of does this thing, which kind of looks like a grid, but let's see what happens when I do this. Let's inspect it. Let's do a bit of padding here so we can have it nice and centered.
Stanley, what is that unit of measurement? The REM?
The REM is relative ems. So it would be relative to your font size, basically.
Okay.
So 1.6 rems would mean 16 pixels. Since I turned everything into 10 pixels with the font size equals 62.5% to the whole HTML like document.
So
So
would this
then
cover when the window is changing sizes?
yes, when you change the screen to more responsive, you can have a media query to kind of have it so it like so it's responsive to like mobile kind of is how I understand it. So you would have an media query and then have your screen size to however you'd like. And then you would kind of adjust it to the rems of adjust it with using rems that way. So kind of if you want to do like for an iPhone and whatnot, I believe there's a way to oh yeah here. So it's like you can the more you work with it, the more you like kind of want to adjust it to how you'd like in a way. So when when a mobile user uses your application, it would be more it could be responsive to their phone as well, however you'd like. But let's see. So I have this kind of thing, which kind of looks like a navbar almost, but there's obviously more things you could do. Let's see, let's do like a background color. Kind of see it.
Could you set a JPEG inside and like for like inside of your header? I don't want to go like off into the weeds with this. I'm just curious.
Yeah, you could definitely, if you want like a logo, yeah.
Okay.
You could do, let's see. So that would be kind of, yeah, outside of this. You would do like a link.
Okay.
And then a image with whichever you'd like. Let's see. Let's see if I have any nice images. Kind of use.
Stanley, I think you can just drag it in there too if you're trying to use that.
Yeah. Probably should just. Okay, this is I was doing the HTML DOM manipulation one, so I was using this random image, but we could use that also. Let's see. Did it show up?
The image, I think it's source that you have to use, not href.
Oh, is it? Oh, man, I get really tripped up on like source and href. Yes. Cool. So let's do this as the logo. So here, let's do height and width. So here I kind of want it to like fit inside the header. So let's do one. Oh, that's too small. 3.2. So 3.2 rem would be 32 pixels in this case. And then, so I kind of want it to align with everything since it's like in the top here. I kind of want it to like align with everything. So in my nav here, let's give this a class nav bar. And then in my CSS, I'll go display flex should work. Okay, that kind of worked. But everything is bunched up together again now for some reason. So I will probably try and do justify content again, space between. So everything should be pushed to the right, okay. Right. And then here I kind of maybe I'll want the home right next to the image as the logo here. So I'll probably move this outside. So let's kind of do an A link. Give it an href. So the hashtag href would just mean kind of like the page, or it leads nowhere basically. So here, so this is kind of not aligned with everything. So you can fix that with align items again. Okay, so everything is kind of in this axis, straight line, and right down the middle, kind of everything's in the middle, contained in like the container. So I kind of want this home right next to this logo, right? So then I would probably, the quick and dirty way would just be to wrap these two in a div, so that the way it's justified, it kind of goes together, I believe. Yeah, so that's like the quick and dirty way, and it's also kind of like the core box model concept, where if you wrap things in divs and then you use flexbox, it would treat each thing as like a item to flex. But let's see. So let's give this a class equals div container. And then since I want this to also align with everything here, like on this axis, kind of, so it would be div container display flex, and then line items center. Okay, cool. So now I want these they're kind of too bunched together in my opinion. So I kind of maybe want them to like have some space between them. So I would look for the container that they're contained in. This is so this is the main nav list, I believe. Yes. So all these items, let's wrap these in A links.
What exactly is an A link? I've
An
seen it
A,
used a lot.
yeah, an A link is where, so if you have an href to it, you can kind of send people to like different areas of your website. So if I do www.google.com, this would probably send me to Google, I believe. Oh, I forgot the HTTPS probably. So yeah, it's basically just to link your website. Or it could link to other places in your on your website as well, or on your page as well, with like the hashtag. So if you do the href to, like if you had an ID where it was like, oh, container 1, it would kind of scroll all the way down to container 1 in a sense. Or like you have like a, if you're running a sports page like the football section, it would kind of scroll you all the way down to that if it was like a hashtag. But yeah, let's just keep it at hash for now, and then okay. Let's see. So now I kind of want to style these without like the ugly blue kind of. So let's do. Oh, what is it? This font style. Is it underlined? Oh. Okay, let's forget about that for now, because I forgot what the kind of CSS selector thing for is. But let's kind of have these separated a bit so it looks more yeah, orderly in a sense. So main nav list is the class that I have selected. So let's right, yeah. So let's see if I remove this, what happens. Okay. So I think I need to give it a width so it gives like some room to work with. Oh, wait. So that does, okay. Do too much. 62 maybe. Let's do 50. Okay, that looks okay for now. But yeah, did that answer a bit of your questions of how to like move things around a little?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part. A lot of what I'm referencing was in Bootstrap though. It just, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look at Bootstrap. Truly. Navbar. Okay, so were you looking at the grid layout?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I was taking a look at the grid layout, then I would set a row. Inside that row, I had 3 columns, and then I was just trying to place a nav bar in the right column inside of the row. And it just like, it wanted to stay in the one spot, and I just couldn't figure out how to resize it.
So you're saying like you had a nav bar in one of these type of columns, or
Yes, yeah, exactly.
okay. In that case, let's try, because I believe it would fit everything into this row. Or so there's 1 row and then 3 columns. Okay. Let's download this. I'm gonna copy these 2 in here. Great. Okay, and then let's where's the layout section? Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to, I guess, copy this whole thing, see if it works into my body. And then see. Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, it has to be, I believe, outside of a container. So it's like its own like component. And then let's do a container. Wow, it's crazy how like how much they have for you. So they have like these kind of classes, I guess. And then there's a fluid one.
Yeah, I was looking into like the XL, medium, small. Those were ended up being, I think, like the breakpoints in which when you scale down your window or something like that, that breakpoint, it's going to tell the user whatever, hey, at this point is when you need to shift or do something. So that was kind of interesting when I was reading it.
Okay. Interesting. Let's do this. .xl. So the fluid. So I think fluid is where it kind of goes with the. It goes to end the whole way, which is kind of cool. Next center. Three columns. Oops. Let's see. But yeah. So the nav bar has to be outside the container. Unless, well, maybe if because then I think it's already responsive on its own. Yeah. So it's already like doing its thing on its own. But then if you'd like to separate your page into columns, you do like this thing here. Container XL. Let's try M. Does that do anything? Yeah, and their docs are like really in depth. Sometimes too much sometimes, but it's MD. So I have a medium container, and then let's get a large container. Center. So that's the medium. And this is a large. For some reason, it kind of looks the same to me. Oops.
I think the size was only changing, I guess, when you're like going from big to small.
Oh,
Like
well,
the,
if
the
it's
the screen is big or small, which one is responding faster?
so when I was kind of doing this. Oops. Oh, okay. You mean like this, I guess?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so then let's so in this div here, I guess you can add anything you'd like. What should we add? What if we add another nav bar to this whole div? Let's see what happens. Into the medium column. And then let's do the same thing in Excel. Okay. But yeah, does that kind of help? I'm not like too like good with Bootstrap either.
Wait,
But
what was the problem?
oh yeah, was there anything else you'd like to demo?
Honestly, that was pretty much it. The fact that you placed your nav bar outside of a container kind of made
Oh.
all of the difference.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun
So I don't
fact.
know who asked what the problem was, but initially I was trying to initialize 3 rows, kind of like how we have here, with those 3 columns, and then place a nav bar in the rightmost column in row 1. So it's pretty much what we did in row 2 there. Just yeah.
Fun fact about the container fluid, whichever you created first will show up to the left. Then the next one will go to the right, and so on and so on. So if you move the search bar, if you put that on the top of the code, that will show up to the left side, and the nav bar will go to the right side.
Interesting. Okay.
Like we can do that right now too, if we manipulate the code.
Was that you wanted 2 containers? I think.
Just the original nav bar code you have over there.
Okay, let me see if I could delete this nav bar. Okay. So this original one.
The
Right.
one on the top, yeah, that one.
Okay.
So if you can locate where, wait, what happened to the search? Oh,
Oh, it's here.
yeah. If you can locate the portion of the code where the search button and the input is, and put it on the top above the navbar code inside the navbar class.
The search button. Okay. So you wanted to put this whole button outside, you said?
Inside line 23, I think that was it.
Line 20. Oh, outside of the container fluid,
No, inside it.
Inside
put
it.
Yeah.
inside the container fluid.
Yep, put it right there, and then let's see what happens. Well, just
So-
the button moved, but the search
You need a form.
the form needs to move too. Yeah.
Oh wait.
I think that form was down in line like 71 or something.
Okay. Let's. No, the whole form. Okay. And then put it in the same place. 24.
Oh. Nice.
I'm not sure why the nav bar is not moving to all the way to the right. There might be something else in there, yeah, lurking. But it goes whatever's on the top. It goes to the left first, and then middle, and so on. It took me about 8 hours to figure that out. It was just the container problem.
Oh, so you
So-
want all the stuff on the right? The stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what we were trying to emulate right now, but it's looking like the whatever we're trying to pass in, whatever's in relation to the container is pretty vital, depending upon what you're trying to do.
I wonder if it's this deflex class. Oh, so this one kind of does this. Hmm. But if I put it back here. Oh, it's this thing. ME auto. I think. Look at what ME auto does. But yeah, did you guys want to like have this on the right side? The home link and drop down, I guess.
Let's give it a shot.
Okay, margin. Is it margin? Let's see. So yeah, it's the ME auto class that pushes everything. So I think M stands for margin, and then E stands for end, and then S stands for start, which would kind of create this margin here. I think it should, right? Yeah, so this yellow, oops. The yellow is or the orange is the margin that kind of pushes everything to the right, or the end in this case. And then if I do, I guess MS auto, it should push everything over to the left or right, because that would stand for the start, which is the kind of where the start would be, yeah, I guess this form. So everything that is before it, it would kind of marginalize it. If that makes sense. And then let's see, nav bar. What if I do MS auto here? Nothing. Do I have to remove this? So yeah, what it's doing is the MS auto is basically doing this one, margin dash left auto important. But for some reason it's kind of being pushed to the left still. I'm kind of wondering what these do. MB. Margin bottom. Margin bottom large. Or LG.
I was just looking at this. The LG means if it's on a large screen, it will be formatted that way. And large is loosely defined. And then there's medium, small, and extra small. and you would put extra small for mobile devices or cell phones and whatever. So that's the LG can change based on size of the device.
Oh, okay. Huh. That's good to know, I guess. So LG, it kind of works in the same way as the container, kind of. Um, ME auto. Nothing? So I want to move everything to the right. Just to kind of see. Would you guys know the command for that or no? Because I tried MS.
I found a little bit of success dealing with like content alignment, and then I set it to auto, but I don't know where exactly and in what div to put that all in. That stuff trips me up.
So you
I
did
think-
MS. Or
No, I think those tags there are simply for just the responsiveness of your page. So like when you're physically like altering how big your window is, that's setting, I guess, like back to that breakpoint thing. I could be wrong though.
oh, so the content.
Yeah. Maybe it wasn't content.
Hmm. Okay, so see if I can make this column bigger, I guess, so that you can kind of have content in each column, sort of.
Try playing with SM as a container size. It'll have a faster response, I'm assuming, when it comes to like changing the size. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's SM or might be a different word for it.
Oh, the like container SM, you mean, Luigi?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, I did do SM here. But so there's a row I wonder if I delete this row, what would happen?
The whole thing becomes a column.
Okay, yeah. So it has to be a row. Let's see what happens if I kind of overcrowd it. Okay, so it goes all the way down. Let's see, like this box here. That's kind of cool. So you can kind of have it like this, like a bunch of content. Yeah. Lorem ipsum text. Cool. So there's 3 things of text. And then if you want to just have 2 columns, okay, I think it's responsive like that. And then I wonder if I can have like a smaller container next to this one. I don't know how would that kind of work with it together. Yeah. One column. So it kind of pushes everything down. Which is pretty strange. What if I put this container inside the container? Oh, it does the same thing. Do another column here. So it kind of separates it. What if I want to kind of like separate these containers? Maybe it would be margin top, right? Margin top, auto. No? Or S? Hmm.
So let's say we want to put some ads on the left and right column in between, well, on the edges of the page.
On the left and right.
Yes.
Let's see. So you kind of have like this want to have like a small section, right? I believe they have like column sizes. Column. I'm not sure if this is the right way to do it, but
Well, I was
it's like
thinking putting the the current row and columns to another row and column. But this time it's just going to be like 3 columns. The ones we have currently would be in the middle, and then the left and right side would be obviously the other 2.
okay, so you want 3 columns and then putting in another row. Alright.
Like putting what we have currently right now inside another another row and 3 columns. But the middle column, we're going to insert that big chunk of code we have right now and put it in that middle column.
Okay. So you want a column on each side. And then right in the middle.
Like that.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna make the middle column like the big one, large size, and then left and right would be just regular, I guess.
Okay. Do you know how to do a large size for columns? Is it just LG?
Alt
Or
8, I think. It
oh,
was like
okay. Okay, the
call.
numbers. Okay. Nice. Oops.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of playing around.
Yeah. Let's see if I do this. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. It was like 3 column things. And then that could kind of be like a layout.
Correct.
But yeah, I think I'll stop it here for now.
Yeah. Thank you again for the demo, man.
No, you guys helped me more than I feel like you guys helped me more.
All right, man. I'll see you see you guys later.
Alright, see ya. Happy coding.